everyone, InfiniteCaz here, and welcome to another video. Today, I'm going to be talking about one of the most versatile weapons in the game, the Slosher, or more specifically, the soda variant. This weapon, which was modelled after a paint bucket, is often used due to its versatility to move around and get multiple splats in quick succession. The soda Slosher is the most common variant seen now, and for good reason. Today I, along with tips from my good friend Sneaky, who happens to play the soda better than I ever will be able to, will be teaching you how to play this weapon. So no matter if you're new to the soda or have a lot of experience, you can learn something to improve your gameplay. With that out of the way, please like and subscribe as it really helps me out, and let's get right into it. So let's start from the beginning and go over the stats of the Slosher. The Slosher is part of the, Slosher class and is a good all-rounder. It has a range of 58, pretty decent compared to many other slayers in the competitive scene. The Slosher's range means that it can outspace the splatter shots, dualies and blasters with ease, so it has great matchups against many weapons that play a similar role to it. The Slosher's damage is also a great attribute, as it does 70 damage with a direct hit, and 50 with the base trail. The Slosher also has next to no fall off, so at your max range you will still be able to two-shot opponents. There are instances where a slosh won't deal 50 damage, such as when you're hitting opponents below you. However, your damage never gets much below a two-shot, so it's never really an issue. Each slosh takes up 7% of your ink tank, meaning you can consecutively slosh 14 times before running low on ink, more than enough to paint a wide area or successfully take down an opponent. All of these assets lead to the Slosher being a good balance of everything you need in an all-rounder. It can deal with short-range opponents thanks to its range, and longer-range ones thanks to its good mobility. Each slosh dishes out a sizable splash of ink, so it makes traversing the map a piece of cake. It also helps you if you need to escape a bad situation, and due to the nature of your shots you are still deadly when retreating. So what else makes the soda Slosher good? Its kit is also a great asset to the main weapon, with both the sub and the special complementing the Slosher's playstyle. The sub is splat bombs, which take up a majority of your ink tank, but can one-shot opponents and help to space them out when fighting. They can also reach places that your main can't, and are perfect to combo off indirect damage in a 1v1. Splat bombs are just a good versatile sub, and can help you out when pushing in or defending. A bomb can help pop the Rainmaker shield or drive people off the tower, things that the main weapon can't do quite as effectively. The weapon's special, that being the burst bomb rush, is also very versatile. It takes 210p to fully charge, which isn't too bad considering the Slosher is a very solid painter. This special is perfect for providing a lot of instant pressure to the surroundings, especially when you are low on ink and in a bad situation. You get an unlimited supply of burst bombs for roughly 6 seconds, and you can throw them at a much higher frequency than normal. Burst bombs deal up to 60 damage and explode on contact, so anything from 2 to 3 bombs can splat an opponent. You can also pull off burst cancelling, where you can quickly take down an opponent by hitting them with a burst bomb then sloshing, which is much more efficient than throwing 3 bombs or 2 sloshes. This special, like the weapon, is also very versatile, as it can be used offensively or defensively. The soda Slosher plays best as a slayer, and pairs perfectly with another aggressive weapon, such as a T-Tech or blaster. The Sloshers are great at using the terrain to get the upper hand, as you can hit people out of your line of sight. You can also flick your controller to make your Sloshers cover more horizontal area, which helps you react quickly to people that may sneak up on you. The Slosher can also outpaint many weapons of a similar role, which gives you the upper hand in 1v1s. As I said before, the Slosher deals its full damage even at its maximum range, so you're much more consistent when dealing damage than shooters, where fall off and loss in accuracy is much more apparent. However, the Slosher's hitboxes can be a bit janky sometimes, especially when hitting close opponents and people at different elevations. This means that you may miss a shot you shouldn't have, which can be frustrating, but it happens infrequently enough that it's never a huge issue. As I touched on, the soda is perfect to team up with another weapon, and you can therefore pressure the enemy team with confidence. Having a dedicated Slayer and you to support can be a brutal combo to deal with, especially combined with your bombs and special. While you can be very aggressive, it's important not to overextend, as due to the Slosher's firing speed, you can be picked easily if you venture into enemy territory alone. Being very aggressive is usually not rewarded, so only engage in situations you will have an advantage in. Otherwise, the enemy team will get a valuable pick and therefore will have the upper hand. To master this weapon, you need to have a good understanding about your hitboxes, and to be able to figure out what fights you will be able to win before you put yourself at risk. Now let's talk about what to do in 1v1s and the best strats to win them. Against people you outrange, you clearly have the upper hand, but don't get too cocky. Many aggressive opponents will rush at you, which can mess up your Sloshers and cause them to win the fight. It's important to keep yourself out of their range, so you should back up accordingly and use walls and slopes to your advantage. Because your Sloshers deal a lot of damage, they can still deal enough damage to two-shot if your opponent heals slightly in between Sloshers. You can also lay a bomb at your feet or where your opponent is to flush them out and deter them from approaching. You can sneak attack people, but before you pop out of the ring, it's important to make sure nobody else is near you who could pick you off. The Slosher, while having a decent range, still loses out to midlines and anchors, so when challenging them it's key to play to your strengths. Unlike Slayers, a surprise attack is a very good option, as you need them to be in your range to stand a chance. You should never rush head on, as you are making yourself an easy target. Make sure you use your mobility to your advantage. Keep on moving and make yourself a tricky opponent to hit if you can't land the shots necessary to take them out. Your bombs are best when flushing out heavier weapons so they move into your line of fire. So how does the Slosher hold up in each mode? In Splat zones, it does a good job at holding the zone and pushing back in, especially with your burst bomb rush. It shines on maps like Humpback Pump Track, as you can slosh over the zone and keep everyone at bay. For maps with double zones, a Splat Bomb can neutralise one, which helps you jump in and stop the objective from being pushed further. As well as defending the zone, you can do well pushing up when your team has control, which stops the enemies from pushing back in. In tower control, the Soldier can do well, but if you are riding the tower, your hitboxes can be a little wonky. The good area that your slosh covers allows you to hit the tower all over when defending, making your job a lot easier if you need to take the tower quickly. Your kit is also great for applying a lot of pressure really quickly. However, when rushing head on at the tower, you are defenceless to anyone defending the objective, so it's crucial to keep an eye out for anyone lurking nearby. In Rainmaker, the Slosher's good mobility shines when pushing with the objective. With protection from the Rainmaker's great blast shots, you can swim off and easily get a pick or two, because each slosh can deal up to 70 damage. It makes it very easy to pick off opponents who are already weakened by the Rainmaker shot, but it's still important not to get too aggressive. The Slosher's paint trails can also allow the person carrying the Rainmaker to push in and score some points. The Slosher is great at clams, as it can easily pick up and transport clams around the map, but it doesn't really excel in anything. It can do well to hunt down the people holding the power clams, but there isn't anything extra to add here. So to wrap this up, the Slosher is easily one of the most versatile weapons to play. It fits in almost any comp, and while it doesn't suit a mode in particular, it's a great all-rounder that can adapt to any situation and come out on top. Another crucial part of your gameplay is the gear you equip. As a Slayer, there are a few abilities that everyone should run. Quick respawn is a must, and a sizable amount at that. If you find yourself pushed back and losing control, quick respawn helps you get back into the match much quicker, providing you haven't had any splats since you last respawned. As Slayers will often take risks, quick respawn is a good lifeline for this reason. Stealth jump is also very important when getting right back into the action, and is invaluable when surprising opponents and pushing the objective. An ability that links to this, but isn't as important, is combat, which boosts your stats for a short time after respawning. Other great subs to run a small amount of is a sub of Bomb Defense DX, Ink Resistant, Quick Super Jump and Special Saver. All of these can help you a lot while only taking up a sub of your gear slots. Swim Speed Up can also be really nice for increased mobility. However, I wouldn't stack it as there are more valuable abilities to run. Main Power Up can help your sloshers always deal enough to 2-hit, and 2 subs is a great amount to minimise the fall off effect. You may want to run some abilities to help your ink tank, that being Sub and Special Saver. However, these are down to you if you feel they would help your playstyle and are nowhere near essential. Same with Special Charge, as 210p is quite a lot to charge your Bomb Rush, but I wouldn't use it too much if you decide to invest some space for it. An ability you should not run is Run Speed, as you almost never shoot while strafing, so Run Speed equates to wasted space. The same can go with abilities like Ninja Squid and Opening Gambit, as the Slosher does not have any unique attributes that would benefit from them. But I encourage you to experiment with your gear and find out what makes you play at your best. This is only advice after all. So in summary, the Soda Slosher is a super fun weapon to pick up and play. It's so versatile and has a great kit to complement a great main. It's one of the few shorter range weapons I truly enjoy playing, and I can't emphasise enough how much fun it is to pick up and play. If you're new to Splatoon, or have years of experience under your belt, the Soda Slosher can fit your playstyle, as it's simple to pick up but tough to truly master. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe as it really helps me out, and I will see you all soon. Bye!